How's it? And welcome to my podcast. My name is Sally, and I'm WoolDiaries on Ravelry and on Instagram. This is episode 34, and today is the 20th of August, 2015. Last week I said it's 2014. Yes, I can be in two places, 2 years at once. So, welcome, one and all, to the loony bin. No. So, I want to say it is a glorious day. Well, it's been glorious since last week here in Sandton, Gauteng. It is the weather. We've bypassed. I was telling somebody we had summer, autumn, and now we're going straight into summer again. The temperature hasn't been less than 26 since last week. It is absolutely stunning. The boys are moaning because I won't let them swim yet. We're only supposed to have spring in September. We are in just over the middle of August and they're wanting to swim. So today, the low was 11 and the high was 27 degrees Celsius, which is 51.8 degrees Fahrenheit to 80.6 degrees Fahrenheit. And people, we're supposed to be in winter. This is winter, not this is summer weather that we're having. We are all wearing t-shirts. The boys are at school in shorts. Yesterday, I changed bed linen and I put summer stuff on the beds because we are just boiling at night. Yeah, it's hot, people. It's hot. I'm not ungrateful. Let me just say that. I'm not ungrateful. I'm very, very grateful. This is not me being ungrateful. This is me going, yoo-hoo! The next thing is sport. So the Proteas, which is our national cricket team, they are in New Zealand and they played their first ODI yesterday, one day international, which is 50 overs each. And South Africa won. Yoo-hoo. New Zealand got 284 all out and South Africa beat them by 304 for 7. Sorry. Yay, South Africa. Rugby, the Springboks played a friendly against Argentina in Argentina and South Africa won 29-12. It's against Argentina, people. If you don't beat Argentina, you might as well not go to the World Cup. You don't deserve it. When I checked my app this morning, it says South Africa is ranked 5th in the world. I didn't check to see who's ranked higher than us. It's probably Australia and New Zealand, and I don't know who else. Maybe England? I don't know, I haven't checked. The Currie Cup is being played, which is a South African tournament. The Blue Bulls played against the Griquas. The Blue Bulls won 36-12, and the Blue Bulls are still first in the log then after week 2. Whoop, whoop. Go team, I have no idea who you all are playing. And that is all the sport I watched. That's it. So, this week I have no foes. I have no finished objects whatsoever. Why don't I have finished socks? Why don't I have any finished objects? Because this week is hashtag Sock Blanket Madness. And yes, it's kind of consumed me. What with the 2 sock yarn blankets that I'm making, it has consumed me. And of course, I start around as I'm talking to you, so I can't show you. So, what I wanted to say was that these are not finished objects. I agree with Dave, who is from the FO and Die podcast. The ends are not woven in. I cannot use it as it is. It's not even that I can go in public in it. I cannot use it as it is. So therefore, it is not a finished object. My rule is, if you wear it in public, if you're willing to go out in public in it, it's a finished object. Sally Jane is forever asking me, from the Pink Hair Girl podcast, forever asking me if two mismatched socks makes a finished object. And I'm like, yes, if you wear them in public. She won't. I would. She wouldn't. Therefore, they're not a finished object. Doing this is not easy on the podcast. So yes, go and watch Sally Jane from the Pink Hair Girl podcast. She's bonkers, talking about twerking and this week. And then Dave and Ellie from the FO and Die podcast. So I'm going to steal, not even going to say it any other nice way, I'm going to steal from their podcast a term that they use because I thought that was brilliant. It's pose. Part objects. Because it's not a half object, so therefore it's not a ho, H-O. It is a po. It's part of an object. So I'm going to steal that. So I have a load of pose. So Sock Blanket Madness Week is being run on Instagram by myself. And all you have to do is see how many squares, hexapuffs, hexagons, what else are people making? Log cabin rectangles. I mean, I suppose rows on a striped blanket you can do in a week. That's all it is. And on the 14th, yeah, on the 14th of Instagram, on the 14th of August, you posted a picture of your blanket on Instagram, #SockBlanketMadness, and you said how many squares you had, or rectangles, or hexagons, or circles, or whatever your blanket is, and it doesn't need to be sock yarn either, it's just mine on. And tag how many you've done. Then from the 15th to the 21st, so until tomorrow. I thought it was Saturday. Oh, God. Okay. So from the 15th to the 21st, you've got to knit, crochet. That's it, eh? Can't do anything else. Can't weave. Can't sew. No, I'm not doing sewing. And add them to your blankets. Now the ends don't have to be woven in. The if you're doing a square blanket, then it's however many. I mean, if you're not doing a join as you go blanket, it's however many you've made. It's your own challenge, people. Just do what you want to do. All I'm trying to do is get everybody to touch their long-term whips, their long-term blanket whips, which is mine sits neglectfully staring at me. My two sit neglectfully staring at me from the top of the bookshelf where I hold them, complaining bitterly that they don't get any love. So what I've done this week so far is, because I had started last week. No, it hadn't started last week. So I've completed 6 of the barn raising. No, they're not barn raising because I don't have that pattern, because when I started it, it only came in the book and I couldn't get the book here. I could, but it was so freaking expensive. I'm using the Sock Yarn Square Blanket by Shannon Geddes pattern on Ravelry. It's a free pattern. I have no idea what needle size because I haven't put it in my notes. Okay, so I'll have to check. So, now let's show these in order. So, I did this one. I then did I did the yellow one. I need a jersey in this color. It's so gorgeous. I then did a turquoise one. I then did this one. I've got socks out of this. I then did this, oopsie, this periwinkle purpley color. And then I did screaming bright pink. And I am now on this one. Which I must admit, I do love lots. It's the orange and the yellow. Love it. And I am making mine out of, they're 25 grams, 105 meters, which is 115 yards. It's Regia, and they are my first Regia skeins. They're teeny tiny little ones. And that's what I'm doing my square blanket on. I don't know how many in total I've got. I'm quite bad. I'll have to go check. I don't know. So that's those ones. I've been doing one a day of these. These I find are very good for. I do a lot of one of these when I'm waiting for the boys at school. It just seems to fly off the needles. And it seems to work well when you are talking to people. So that's that. So when I don't have socks around, in other words. That's that. Now my other blanket is the mitered square one, the one that you join as you go. And I don't think I showed you last month. Oh, let me just make sure I pull out the right DPN. That would be interesting. I don't think I showed you my epic fail last month. Last month we did the sock blanket madness challenge as well, and I did three. So last month I did that one, and that one. This month so far I've done 21, and it goes from this yellow one all the way. How's that screen? This pink is so bright. You need sunglasses. Down there, and then on the next one, you check out all the ends. Oh well, that one's attached, so that one I can't proof out the way. No ends have been woven in yet, and I'll tell you why just now. So there's really Sally. So there's the next row that's been done. So what I've kind of reached a milestone now with my blanket in my life. I've just with the finishing of this row, I have now hit 100 squares on my blanket. And this row is Tiny Giraffe on Ravelry. It's scraps from her socks and stuff that she's made. So, and I've told you she's going back to Wales, so that one will always remind me of her. Lovely. So yes, come and join us. Then on the 22nd, you need to post a picture of your blanket again and say how many you added. Please, not the grand total. I'm not mathing, please. You put in how many you've added, and then on the 23rd, I will crown a king or a queen of Sock Blanket Madness. Now next month, a lot of the feed on Instagram, which my Instagram has been bonkers this week, and it's also one of the other reasons why I've knitted so much on my blanket is because I've been seeing everybody else's and they're just absolutely stunning. They blow me away, and I must knit. I must win all the things, just by the way. I must win all the things. I'm not competitive. I must win all the things. So, what was I saying? Oh, yes. Feed on Instagram. A lot of they're like, oh, and all the ends. So next month, Sock Blanket Madness is going to revolve around weaving in ends, which is why mine aren't done. I normally do, once I've done, at the moment, my aim is to get 4 squares a day. So at the end of the day, after I've done 4, I would have normally have gone back and woven in all the ends for those four, but I've left them on purpose because next month Sock Blanket Madness is going to revolve around weaving in ends. Also adding, but ends are going to be the priority. Let's get those ends of our blankets woven in. Or maybe I must do joining as well. Weaving in ends and joining. Maybe. So you've seen what I have. Those are my pose. And that is what I've been knitting on the most this week, those two. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I need a bigger bag for my Mamata squared blanket, but it's a bit bonkers seeing as I make bags, and I need a bigger bag. So living in my awesome tatty teddy bag that I got in the last swap that I did. I need to find the doohickey. The doohickey fell off the words. Oh, hold on a minute before I do that. My mitered square blanket, I am using the Knitted Patchwork Recipe by Martine Els, and I'm doing mine on 2.5 millimeter. Hold on, my son's WhatsApping me. I normally ignore everybody but my son. 2.5 millimeter needles, and my squares are to start with 42 stitches. People ask me that often, so I'm just going to repeat that. And how I do it is I ask everybody for 20 mini skeins, no more than 5 grams or more. The minimum I need is 5 grams. And then I do a whole row of that person. So that is my Knitted Patchwork Recipe Blanket by Martine Els. Now, hashtag MV along. I'm all about the hashtags lately, as it seems. My Grinch hasn't had love since Friday because I've been consumed by the blankets. Totally consumed by the blankets. So I am dinner odd because I was actually having a bit of a dilemma with mine. First of all, I'm a bit over this pattern, people. I do need to tell you that. I'm over this pattern. This is my third. This is actually my fourth one because I've made a newborn and I've made 2 for me. So this is my fourth one. However, we don't really count the newborn. It took me less than a few hours to make it. But I know I'll wear it. So I'm in a dilemma. So at the moment, we're still going. Please do not be alarmed if one week I sit here and I frog the whole thing. Do not be alarmed. It does not faze me to frog a whole jersey, as you know. Okay. Last week I showed you I got to the stage where I was ready to split for the arms. Now, for the sleeves. I was having a dilemma because the sleeves, I knew I wanted to start. Well, I don't have enough. This is how much left of the green I have. So now the thing was, I can't start the sleeves with the green. Clearly, split for the seams with the green because I don't have enough to do even one row on each of the sleeves with the green so that the red is in the same place. But if I start on the red, then it's a whole 100 grams of yarn to knit before I can go back to do the sleeves. So to be honest, I was, damn. Sorry. I am talking to you, but my oldest is having a... He's a teen, people. He's a teen. He's driving me a bit bonkers at the moment. Anywho, oh, you just got a nice shot of all the greys. They're all him, okay? No, I'm joking. I was a grey way before I had him. What was I saying? Oh, yes. So, I was having a dilemma. And it's another reason why I ignored it. You know, if you ignore something, hopefully it'll fix itself. You do actually have to do something. You can't stick your head in the sand being ostrich. Anywho, so what I decided was I'm just going to start the red, and I'm going to do the body until the red runs out. Then I'll go back and do the sleeves. So, but please do not think you're going to see this awesome stuffing big mama vertebrae, because you're not, because I did 5 rows of red. I did 5 rows of red. So my Grinch. I'm going the wrong way. It is so bright, the red, you need sunglasses. Teenagers. He's having a nightmare at me over WhatsApp because he just got another project for English. I'm just going to say, is that all this drama is about? Anyway, he'll survive. So this is my mama vertebrae. I am using, the green is Nurturing Fibers, Too Soft for Socks. So it's a merino single, it's 100% merino. It was 120 grams. You saw how little bit I've got left, which is 460 meters, and it's in the colorway The Field, which was actually part of a shawl kit. I love knitting shawls, and my Thunderstorm is absolutely the bomb, and I love it, I love it, I love it. But I'm not actually a shawl wearer. I love knitting them. And the red is one of a kind. She doesn't give her colorways names. And I've got 3 of these. Oh, it's so beautiful. So this will actually be ignored until tomorrow. Until after Sock Blanket Madness is finished. And then it will be all mama vertebrae until September. So I'm hoping to get quite a bit of work done. Oh my goodness! Somebody's finished. Okay, wait a minute. I'm doing a size D. It's the fingering weight numbers, and I am doing it on the 3.25. I just love it. Don't you think it looks a little bit like Elf? I'm going to look like the Christmas Grinch or the Christmas Elf, depending on how the day goes. Depending on how the day goes. Oh, okay. Let's do a row now. Okay, I am not recording. We will talk when I fetch you. Okay. The disadvantages of having phones at school is that they give you running commentary sometimes about what's going on in class. So that is my mama vertebrae along. Some of you people are finished, and I'm not talking baby ones. Yes, there's a baby finished one, but I'm talking about like an adult one. Somebody's finished an adult one in sock weight. Hello? Are you a knitting machine or what? I feel wholly inadequate. Shakes her head. Shakes her head. Stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. I know a lot more of you are knitting along with me and are not posting in the thread in my group, which is totally fine. Really, you know what? It's your along, and you must enjoy it. Rachel, you need to knit more on yours, or otherwise you're going to fall behind, and your mother's going to have to do it all. The only one who's going to get stern words from me, I am Rachel Swims. Or Rachel Swims. Everybody give her some kick in the bum so that she finishes. Otherwise, she's going to fall behind. Okay, that's done now. So, I was chatting to Sally Jane, and I've been a bit of a wool pig lately. I seem to do it. I don't know why. I don't do it like gradually. I go, must buy all the yarn right now. That's what I do. I don't do anything in little. And then I spend all my money on yarn, and I still want more. And then sometimes I don't buy for months. And then I buy all the yarn that I can get my hands on again. Why can't I just be normal and just buy like 1 or 2 every month and, you know? Anywho, I can't. So Midnight Sheep, which is my yarn doctor, Helena, she's leaving to go back to Wales, like I said. And I have been kicking that chick's butt since the first time I went to her house. And I went into her studio, which I call the freezer because it's freaking cold even in December. And she has all this. First of all, she had a whole load of dyed up yarn. And I said to her, just, you know, list it. List it. You don't have to open a shop. Just list it on Ravelry and sell it. Anyway, she's going back now. And she asked me if there was anything that I wanted while she was still here. Hello. Is there anything I wanted? Said. And of course I said yes. Because no knitter is going to say no. So what she did was, we came up with a plan. I had a list, and then I said to her, no, please, let's relook at that list, or otherwise I would be paying for a whole move back to Wales. So what we did was, and there's a bit of it, we went through her bases, and we sorted out some stuff. So the first thing I've got to show you today is the colorway I'm calling Hulk Smash. Hulk is my favorite Avengers, people. Thor has a nice body, but Hulk is my favorite. Hulk Smash! He's my favorite Avenger. So this colorway is Hulk Smash. And it's on her sock and ore base, which is BFL, which is the same base I used to make my thunderstorm shawl, which after washing and blocking is the best ever. So I got 4 skeins to make a sweater's quantity. Which is a sweater's quantity in fingering weights on her sock and ore. And it is semi-solid green Hulk Smash colorway, and I love it. I know exactly what this is going to be. This is going to be the folded pullover by Vera Velamaki, because Helena, I've tried it before, remember? I tried it with the Serena variegated and it did flashing and pulling all the way up. And it's a pullover that myself and Helena have wanted to knit together, and we've just never got around to it. Now she's leaving next month, and I know that if I knit it out of this, it will remind me of her every time I wear it. So this is my Hulk Smash in the Midnight Sheep sock and ore base, and it is beautiful, beautiful. So anyway, my yarn piggery is not going to get shown all on one podcast. I will break it up because there's lots. So that's this week's installment. Look forward to next week's episode. No, I'm joking. Seriously, people, if you can't stand me, don't watch me. Really. Really. Doesn't bother me. Seriously, I do this for me. And sometimes my kids get a good laugh out of it. But seriously, if you don't like me, don't watch me. I'm not offended. There are so many podcasts out there. Go find one that you enjoy and that you love. Really. Some South African yarny news. Gina hasn't updated her website, so we're not talking about her. Naughty, naughty girl. Helena Midnight Sheep has got it's not a D-stash. Now, South Africans, it's not a D-stash sale on Ravelry in the South African group. It is dyed yarn by Midnight Sheep, which is her brand. It is not a D-stash. And this is the only time you're going to get your hands on it without paying a fortune on shipping and without paying ridiculous customs duties. Seriously, South Africans, we always are complaining about the fact that we don't have a lot of indie dyes in the country. Here's one that isn't going to be in the country very long, and she's offering up her yarns. She's also offering up handspun, which we don't get a lot of here either, to purchase. Go and look at, there's a thread in the South African group on Ravelry. Go and check it out. I'm not too sure if she's doing custom dyes, but you can always PM her, I almost said WhatsApp her, PM her and ask her. But yes, seriously, these are not the bases that we get every day with the rest of our indie dyes. These are unique bases and lovely bases, and her dye is stunning. Her dye is absolutely stunning. Please go check her out and please go support her. It's, yeah, like I said, it's your last chance because she's leaving. It's your last chance. Your one and only chance, because she wouldn't do it before. Give her. Anywho. Aim from Electric Carnations is not leaving, and she still has up her D-stash in her Ravelry, on her Ravelry page, and she still has some yarns and mini skeins left on her Hello Pretty shop. And for having no FO, I still got over 30 minutes. Woo, 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 woo. And no fuck. And I didn't sound possessed once. Okay, so the problem was last week, basically, the hard drive in the computer was dying, so it was causing mayhem with everything. Hubby ordered a new hard drive, and he installed it at the weekend, and all is back to normal. Because I said to him, this computer hates me. I use it once a week on a Thursday. And something always goes wrong. It hates me. Absolutely hates me. And now I'm just waffling. So, I would like to say, if you want to see progress on your projects, knit on one thing at a time. Tootsies!